Paradise Atoll is probably the next major content update for JToH. It's a subrealm that is planned for the first zone, and was birthed from a contest. Originally supposed to be a temporary summer event, it was decided to be changed to a permanent subrealm for the first zone. It consists of 10 steeples and 2 different towers, and this area has been up for quite a bit of debate, with many people criticizing its very wonky difficulties and how slow bug testing has gone. So today, I'm going to take a look at the new Paradise Atoll, show you the teasers and towers that are inside of it, and give my overall general opinions and predictions for the subrealm itself. This could become a new tradition for the channel, where once we get what I believe is enough information for a new area, I could do something like this for each new area. So let me know what you think of this video, and if you want to see this again for Zone 5 sometime soon. Alright, let's first of all start with my general opinions for Paradise Atoll. If you clicked onto this video and expected me to give my opinions on the towers and steeples, I am sorry to disappoint you. I go into areas with pretty much only what I was told about the different towers, and never really personally play them. I am personally going to be judging the area itself. However, one thing I do want to judge though, that I do want to bring up though, is the difficulty chart. As I said in the beginning of this video, the birth of Paradise Atoll was a contest, but was later changed to be a permanent subrealm of Zone 1. This does cause Paradise Atoll to have quite a bit of an issue, because this event was supposed to be for newer players and not insanely difficult like the Halloween events. Rules were set that each steeple and tower to be easy to challenging difficulty. This doesn't sound like a major problem, right? Well, let me show you the difficulty chart. This is the official difficulty chart apparently shown by Gameter, one of the game's developers. The eagle eye of you may have noticed a small problem. I am not joking, half of the entirety of Paradise Atoll is challenging difficulty. Both towers as well as 4 other steeples are in the same difficulty. There's one easy difficulty steeple, then you just jump up to a high hard steeple. Yikes. A lot of people have been going around and been trashing this aspect of Paradise Atoll, but personally I'm actually okay with this. Recently, the JToH development team did something nobody was really expecting. Arcane Area, the subrealm for Zone 2, was switched to not only award you the crystal, but also tower points. Personally, I believe this was a very good decision, because you need 117 tower points in World 2 to be able to go into Zone 10, and this is very unsettling. I was very worried for a long time that the JToH team would hit a wall and realize that the requirements for the spatial system were too high. So opening Arcane Area up is a good direction to help the steep requirements for the spatial system. Due to these requirements, I personally believe that subrealms for the zones actually need to get worked on more than TGI ones, so that this huge number of 117 World 2 towers can actually be feasible for players. Especially when we get higher up the zones and we get to like Zone 7, where we're talking about 14 or more towers that are difficult and above? Who the hell knows what Zone 9 will look like too? They could just start at challenging, for crying out loud. Is anyone really ready to suffer like that? So when the JToH team started linking up the badges for Paradise Atoll, and when we loaded into the game and now saw 209 towers, this is really assuring news for the game in my opinion. Paradise Atoll can give an additional 7 points. 5 points for the 10 steeples, because steeples give half a point, and of course the 2 towers. 7 points may not seem a lot, but combine the Arcane Area's 4.5, soon to be 5.5, with the addition of Icy Adventures. That's a 12.5 point surplus, which is the amount of completing an entire ring pretty much. Not only to mention that it only includes 2 intense difficulty towers, Steeple of Magical Collaboration and Tower of Icy Adventures. That's a lot of additional points to help. I wonder if the sole fact and purpose that half of Paradise Atoll was challenging was the motivator for the JToH team to make Paradise Atoll count for points in the first place. So yeah, even though that it may stink that half of the entirety of Paradise Atoll is challenging, and it may be kind of a bummer that there's so many challenges in a single area, in my eyes, this is something that's going to really help out the game itself. Do I believe, though, that these additional 12.5 points are enough to consider the issue of the tower point deficit solved? No. If each of the 9 zones had 16 towers, that would be 153 towers if you include the citadels. which by the way, 2 of the peak realm citadels are in the spatial system, may I mind you. Consider the fact that when you take out the amount of SC towers, in this case would be 15, you'd get 150.5 non-soul crushing tower points when we include Paradise Atoll and Arcane Area. Then you consider the fact that after Zone 5, the zones are going to be hilariously difficult, and you can see my worries now. So yeah, another subrealm needs to be added somewhere that gives points in my opinion, even if that subrealm features more difficult stuff. More options from my point of view need to be opened up for the spatial system. Alright, boring stuff aside, now that we took a look at the game's progression aspect of Paradise Atoll, let's go ahead and take a look at the teasers, which there are a ton of them. There's so many different teasers and pictures of Paradise Atoll that it's not a joke. The area itself seems to be absolutely huge, which considering the fact that it's part of the spatial system, isn't too terribly surprising to me. Personally, I think the area itself looks really good for an island theme. It definitely reminds me of the jungle map in Outlaster, but way better, so I'm personally really excited to look around. I am sure there will be all sorts of secrets and funnies to find, which gets me onto a very interesting mechanic, if you want to call it, that Paradise Atoll has. There's been 3 Paradise Atoll's teasers of a map, even with them having X's on them. So why is there a map? Well, this could be for multiple reasons, and this is where I'm going to have to put my obligatory message. This is fully speculation, and do not take this as fact. So let's get on to speculating about Paradise Atoll itself. First of all, in this specific case, Paradise Atoll is an atoll island, and atolls are ringed shaped formations. So basically, it's going to be kind of like a disconnected circle, which I can confirm is true. Take a look at this teaser yourself and you can see very well where the lobby area is. It's an island that's a bit of a disconnected ring shape. This is a very unique shape of area and gives a vast open and explorable patch of land, which is something that we've never seen in JToH before. Because of this, I am personally curious if the tower portals are scattered all over the island itself, and you need to use this map in order to find out where you need to go. Now this would be annoying every time you had to walk around the island to get to your portal, so maybe you can click the X on the map once you find the area once, which would give the map itself a purpose. But there might be a second reason why this map is here. Take a look at this badge that appeared when PA badges were being put in. It's called One Interesting Flower, and the description states, when was this here? Remember that PA was originally supposed to be an event, right? Well, I think this could very well be originally part of the event itself. My theory is that, of course, this is some sort of boss fight badge that you need to get after completing the boss itself. After the boss is finished, then you get to use the map to find the flower. Hence the reason why I believe this badge is there. But there's something which I find insanely interesting. Remember this picture though that Vendetta put in Epic stuff that was clearly a joke? Do you see something that could be of interest? I do. What's this yellow looking button on the table here? Very interesting. So here's my best guess as to why there's a button chilling randomly in the middle of the atoll like this. I wonder if buttons are blocked over, and upon completing each of the 4 tower categories, these buttons open up and then you can press them. Upon doing so, you can then face the final boss, use the map, and find the flower itself, finishing Paradise Atoll. So now you might be asking, what is this badge for? Urchin did tease a weird looking item which could be for PA, so I wonder if that badge awards you the item that Urchin was teasing. Very interesting. I know this is very far-fetched, but those are my guesses as to what the map is for. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. So now that I am done talking and speculating about Paradise Atoll itself, let's now go ahead and talk about release day, the real beef of the matter. PA has been sort of neglected by the development team, which is no shocker. Every single subrealm released to JToH that has towers and steeples in it has been some sort of contest. However, they each take forever to release. This has been apparent when it comes to bug testing. For those of you who do not know, in the JToH Discord, the developers show the progress of bug testing. It works in 2 different phases, and the community gets shown the progress itself. Bug testing progress was shared to the public on June the 10th. So how is it going almost a month later? they're still on Phase 1. As of when I'm making this video, Phase 1 is 10 out of 12 bug tested and 2 out of 12 finished. This is not good news, because if all the towers get bug tested and the bugs don't get fixed in a timely manner, how can Phase 2 start? Phase 2 is known to be pretty quick and simple, but come on man, this isn't a good sign. However, the slow bug testing shouldn't be an alarm. Ring 9's bug testing took almost 2 months to finish. Yeah. Now 2 things I want to state. We got shown the progress report 2 days before Phase 1 was done, which had very minimal progress. But basically 80% to 90% of Ring 9's Phase 1 of testing was done in 2 days. So yeah, Paradise Atoll's bug testing is slow as compared to Ring 9's. So when will this bug testing be finished? I really have no clue. But what I can tell you is the way PA testing has been going, and that's really in waves. It was stuck with little to no progress for a while until pretty recently. Then we would get 2 or 3 more towers that would get tested. Then we got nothing for a few days. Then 2 or 3 more towers got tested again a couple days later. And then we were left in the dark for a couple days. The last progress was done on 4th of July. So probably today or in a couple days from now, all towers will get bug tested. And then the development team needs to stop having fun in their Zone 5 development utopia and get to fixing the bugs, which could take a while, delaying Phase 2. So what is my predicted release date? I'll get into a little more detail as to why I'm going to choose my predicted release date if you guys want a Zone 5 video like this one. But I am personally going to believe that Paradise Atoll's release day will be around Saturday, July 24th. While bug testing itself for Phase 1 will soon come to a close, I think it will be forever till the developers themselves go ahead and fix the bugs for Phase 2 to start. And then when Phase 2 is done, which typically doesn't take very long, and then stuff needs to get finalized, and then JToH has to approve the release. So yeah, I personally think it is coming on July 24th. Well, there you go. That's my opinions and predictions of the game's newest subrealm, Paradise Atoll. Let me know what you think and what your speculations are in the comments. And I'll have a community poll in a few days asking if you want a sequel to this video. Without further ado, my name is Logan ISL. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye bye.